Hello guys, welcome back to another empiric video. Today I will teach you how to run the UV-Vis based on the lab manual. Before we run a test, you have to know a little bit of background knowledge on the UV-Vis and what it's actually testing. So when you have an element, it's going to have protons and neutrons in its nucleus, and it's going to have electrons orbiting around it. Now, the electrons are going to be at its ground state at first, but when light get introduced, a certain type of light that only this certain electron can absorb to go to the next level, it will jump into its excited state. When it jumps into its excited state, it basically absorbs this light. And that's basically what the UV-Vis is measuring. What type of light does the element, the compound, absorbs? And so in this case, this instrumentation looks at the absorbed light in either the UV or visible light range. You also hear about UV-Vis when we're talking about conjugated systems and dyes. Now, when you hear this, so you see 1, 2, 3, 4 double bonds going to have absorb a longer wavelength, and then 2 double bonds is going to absorb a shorter wavelength than this. So now you have a little bit more knowledge on what the UV-Vis is actually testing. Let's go run a test. So here is the UV-Vis instrumentation, and here's the cuvette where you would place your sample in. For today's test, we're just going to simply use water because it's a simple test and it's easy to understand based off the background knowledge I gave you. First thing you want to do is turn it on. Push that button. It's orange right now. When it turns green, it's ready to go. Then you want to sign in to the computer using the password up top. Once you are signed in, you want to go to the Windows page, go to the first program, and hit scan. This will open up the software that is compatible with the UV-Vis. Once you do that, you want to get your cuvette and place your sample. For this case, it's going to be water. So once you place the water in your cuvette, now you have to identify the cuvette you're using. I'm using a frosted side cuvette, which is compatible with the UV-Vis. Now when you place your sample into the UV-Vis, since it's frosted sided, the cuvette, you want to make sure the clear sides goes in horizontally and the frosted sides are vertical. This because the light comes in through here, and so you just want to make sure that it's not covered up by the frosted sides. Now you want to close the UV-Vis and set up your parameters. Okay, now you want to set up your parameters. The first thing that's going to show up is the Cary tab, and you want to set your wavelengths. So the instrumentation goes from 190 nanometers to 1,100 nanometers. So I'm just gonna go to 190 into 800 nanometers. Then the scan control is how fast you want your test to run. You have slow is slow, medium, fast is in survey, with survey being the fastest and slow is being the slowest. We're gonna do survey for this test because it's a test run. So once you figure out your parameters, that's the only thing you really need to change. Hit okay. If you did everything right, you can click start. So that's what we're gonna do, hit start, and it should run the test. But before we run this test, we have to name the sample, the file name. We're just gonna name it water. And then the sample name, which we're just gonna name water, and hit okay. Okay. Now, once you're done running, you just hit finish. And we see from this test that the water starts to absorb light around the 200 nanometers range. And that is the more the UV area. Now looking at other published literature, we've seen that water can range from 300 to 200 nanometers. So we're seeing comparative results from our UV graph, and I can say that with certainty that this is a water sample. So now that you've tested your water sample, you want to either save the graph or close the graph. To save, just hit File and Save Data As, and then type in the file name you want to save it as. Once you're done with your testing, you want to close the software. You want to take out your sample. And then you want to turn the UV-Vis off. And then sign off the computer. Thank you for watching another Impure video. If you have any questions, please refer to Dr. Tracy Brown Fox or the lab manual. Thank you.